Hello, my friend. This is Reverend Adriana Lovedriven, and well, here I am trying something new um, to reach my family, the community, um, and well, I will be posting a series of thoughts and meditations and pretty much whatever comes through from the universe, anything that I would like to share. And so let's see how that goes. Let's have some fun with that. Um, okay, so for this week, it's been a hard, not hard, it's been a rough, um, up and down emotionally, right, energetically for the past few weeks. Um, and so I was in meditation, um, just kind of tried to take a moment to reconnect with myself. The mind, my mind at least, is just go 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 constantly, taking care of this, taking care of that. And I hardly really give myself a break or some time off where I could just spend quality time with myself. And so in any case, yesterday was one of those days where I've been feeling a bit overwhelmed with everything going on. And then yesterday, as I woke up and just kind of getting through the morning and doing all the things, I decided I'm gonna take my 5 minutes, my me time. And so I came into the healing den, and I sat in silence for a moment, which is something I don't do for myself often enough. I mean, I love music. Music helps me stay in this really beautiful space. It's like a constant meditation, but it's also important to have that silence every now and then. And when I do have some silence, I occupy it with thoughts and things in my head. It's like go, go, go. Um, so for that reason, I came in to the healing space, and I sat and I took that breath, and I asked the guides, like, oh my gosh, like, it's okay, so where can I go from here? Where do I go? Like, you know, um, what's next? Um, and I heard one word, unplug. And at first I thought, ironic. I almost laughed at it. And and so I started having that conversation with higher self, like, yeah, unplug, like, haha, how? Or when? Or, um, and so the voice of guidance suggested, um, that it's very important to take that step, that other step forward. You begin that journey of meditation and reconnecting with self by sitting down and taking your breath, and that's a wonderful thing. And I do make sure to give myself that in the day. I mean, it's very important that we do that for ourselves. But sometimes it's like, okay, we take that breath, and then we live in this go 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 world. And so we take that moment, that minute, that the 5 minutes of breath, of meditation, of just kind of regrouping, and then poof, there we go again, back into the go 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 world. And so I sort of was having that conversation with guidance, and I asked, I said, sometimes it's just so challenging for me to unplug completely. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and the house, the animals, and the world. um, that sometimes I feel like I don't have time to unplug, and it's like, and then when I do have some time, it almost feels awkward. It's like, all right, well, how do I create an unplugging type of moment? Like I said, I do my meditations, I have my practice of yoga, and but so, isn't that unplugging? Was my question. And so guidance said, it is a form of unplugging, and it's great, and we do that, right? The yogis, the meditators, we do that when you're on the path of awareness, when you're on the path of consciousness. We do take that moment where we sit and we meditate and we, create that space. But do we unplug? Um, because we're creating a specific type of space energy when we meditate, and it's great because it's healing. But um, does that count as unplugging? How do we feel when we come out of meditation or when we finish the practice of yoga? Or for me, another really wonderful way of spending quality time is in the garden. I love to be with nature and getting my hands in the dirt and moving plants around and just but I notice after I'm done, it's like a yoga practice or a really great meditation or a pranayama exercise where it's like I feel so energized and ready to go again, which is great. It's what we need. It's that fuel. But do we allow some space time for the mind, for the subconscious mind to release? And that's what guidance was talking about. Um, why unplugging is such a great idea and so necessary and so important. Um, so I kind of decided to give it a shot for the rest of the day to see, okay, well, what would that look like? What would that feel like for me personally? And it was interesting because I felt like I disconnected in some way, um, where I was I was attempting the practice of no thought. My mind is full of thoughts constantly. And so that was challenging, but it felt really great when I was able to, like, every time I caught myself, I was like, okay, here I go in my mind, going from thought to thought to thought again. And it's like, all right. And so then I started to kind of withdraw from everything. As a healer, I'm always thinking about this one and that one. It's like I bring them into the heart. And so having this opportunity, doing this exercise of unplugging was really helpful. Um, and, the ego always has an opinion for everything. And so um, my beloved came to me at some point during the day and he said, I was just standing. I was in my kitchen, just kind of standing, drifting off, looking out the window. And he came to me and he said, wow, like you're so distant. I don't, your energy is so distant. And he's an energy healer as well, very intuitive. Um, for those of you who know us and know me, you know this. Um, and um, and so that was really something because I went through that switch, that shift with my ego where it's like um, where now I'm feeling kind of guilty uh, because I didn't want to disconnect completely. Um, but then it was such a great space where I was in. So I expressed, I said, no, I'm just really not thinking. I'm just, just taking a step back for a minute. And he understood exactly what I was talking about. And he was like, all right, well, I'm here if you want to talk. And we hugged. And I went back into that space of just really kind of letting everything go. Just kind of letting everything be. And there's just so much magic in that. It was really wonderful. because then at the end of the day, I was meeting a group of people for some group healing on the beach, and it allowed me to stay super grounded, very connected. And so the healing was that much more powerful, or at least my awareness, not the healing. The energy is always powerful, but just my awareness of where I was, what space and time, and the mission and the purpose of that moment. So I felt like I was able to really focus in and connect in a very beautiful way. So, um, yeah. So the theme for the week, and I invite you all to try it out at some point in the week. I know we all have our days where it's like some days we feel super great and we flow like water. And then there are other days where it's like everything hits a wall, everything hits a thing, right? Um, so at some point this week, whenever you feel like you could use some of that space, that expansion, that moment or that infinity, um, check it out, try it out, see what happens. Sit with yourself and ask yourself, how do I unplug? And see what yourself tells you. It's really amazing. So, all right, well, I hope you all enjoyed these few minutes of Love Driven. And leave me a comment if you feel called to. A wave, a kiss, a hug. I hope you all have a super amazing week as we get ready to flow into the wonderful energies of Halloween. If those of you celebrate All Hallows Eve or Samhain, blessed be, and may you all have a very merry Samhain. Blessings, and may love be that driving force behind everything you do. Thank you.